Good morning! We're staying home today because if you can't tell, I'm getting over a pretty bad cold, but that's okay because we're actually doing my favorite thing ever today and we're painting, so come along and join us. Quick interruption for whatever this girl's doing. Missy, is that comfy? Our paint desk is all set up. I've got my canvas and Madie's canvas. I'm painting something very special, but I'm going to leave it as a surprise reveal for the end. I'm not sure what Magic is planning on painting, but I guess we'll find out soon. So our paintings are almost done. We're gonna let them dry a little bit longer, and while we do that, let's repot a plant together. Okay, so you may be wondering, Madie, why are you repotting this plant in the middle of your painting video? Like, that seems random. Well, I'm gonna tell you about it. This plant actually is very meaningful to me. I bought this plant, I don't even know how many years ago. I was doing a little photo shoot with my favorite Squibbles, and I just bought a bunch of plants on clearance that were like dying or just not really doing that well, because I was just cutting them up and like position them around for this photo shoot. And I'll add a picture right here. So this is some of the pictures from the photo shoot to give you a reference. Is actually inspired by a painting I made. I'm pretty sure I made the painting first. But then after the photo shoot, I was like, well, I have, all of the roots from this plant, all these little flowers I cut up, the little tiny yellow ones. And so I was like, might as well, put it in the garden and see if it grows. And to my surprise, it grew and it bloomed, and it was really, really healthy. And so come winter time, I put it in a pot and I kept it around, and it didn't bloom. And I always waited for it to kind of bloom again, and it hadn't really bloomed since then. And I've looked up ways to like help it bloom. I've tried them. It doesn't really do that. The thing about this plant is like I could just take off one of these stems and throw it back in the pot and it would grow a new one. So that's kind of why I have so many like big stems, because when it gets too tall, I just kind of chop one off and I put it around, and it just like starts to like bloom another branch. But long story short, as you guys know, my ferret did pass away about 3 years ago. Actually, it'll be 3 years ago tomorrow from when this video comes out. That's kind of why I'm doing this video, just as like a little special memorial to her, because she did mean so much to me, and it has been incredibly difficult living every day without her. And that's why I do this channel, is because she brought me so much joy and light. And I just hope that that's something that Magic can bring people to. So I use a lot of videos I have of Squibbles as inspiration for Magic, and I do that not just because like they're videos of ferret to get a reference for, but I also just do that because it's kind of my way of like bringing Squibbles along on these adventures with me that I never have to take with her. And so yeah, it's just something that helps me, feel like she's still part of my life. It's something that I want to spread joy and just to spread her story, because she literally meant so much to me. And if you're a person that like thinks that, oh, it's just a pet, like why do you care so much? Then like I feel bad for you. I feel bad that you haven't experienced the love that like a pet can bring you, because seriously, like, it's so much more than, like, I don't know how to describe it. She meant so much to me, and it was like my own child, but you know, she was everything. She got me through some of the hardest times of my life, and that's just something I'll never be able to fully repay her for. And yeah, it was just, she was amazing. She was perfect. She was the best ferret, the best pet that anyone could ever ask for, and I love her so much. And so yeah, so this little plant has been with me even since she's passed. Like I said, I took her to Florida. I took her to this apartment that I moved into when I moved out of my family's house. And it's still thriving. I would love for it to bloom again. I'm gonna try some things and see. It's bloomed twice since the first time. One time it bloomed when I was actually like going through a really tough time, and it just randomly bloomed, and it was kind of like a sign from her that she was still fighting for me. And yeah, it's been a very special part of my life, and I'm really grateful that it's very healthy, and that I hope that wherever I end up, it will always be there with me. So if you ever see this plant in videos, that is the meaning behind it. It's a very meaningful plant. It's a kalanchoe plant. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. They're technically a succulent, but it blooms these really pretty little yellow flowers. So if it ever blooms again, it'll be a sign. I just loved doing Squibbles. She would sit in my lap a lot of the time, just falling asleep while I painted. It was very calming, and she liked it too. I started creating magic before Squibbles passed away. And a lot of times she would be sitting in my lap too while I was modeling and making my character. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. After I finished painting yesterday, I didn't even film an ending to this video because I was feeling so defeated, and I was just beating myself up because I wasn't really proud of my work. But I came back in today and I looked at it and I said, it's really not that bad. And it really isn't. And I still enjoyed making it, and I still enjoyed the reason why I made it, and I just love painting. I also, if you're interested, I do custom pet paintings. I'll have a link in my bio to those. I love painting people's pets. I just dropped off a commission literally right before I filmed this. So if you're interested in that, please check out my Etsy. But yeah, here are the reveals. Thank you guys for watching.